My brother asked me to be best man after stealing my fiancé, so I exposed their secret affair that started during my bachelor party and watched their marriage crumble when the baby turned out to be his friend's, not his. My brother Tobias called me on a Tuesday afternoon asking if we could grab coffee, and I said yes because I am an idiot who still loved him even after what he did. We met at the same diner our dad used to take us to before he died. Tobias sat down, ordered a black coffee, and said he had something important to ask. Rhett, I know this is weird, but you are still my brother, and I want you to be my best man. I stared at him. 18 months earlier, my fiancé Sabine had ended things with me by text message 3 weeks before our wedding. She moved in with Tobias 4 days later. They had been friends the whole time we were together. I swallowed and said I needed to think about it. He said the wedding was in 2 months. He said Sabine had specifically asked for me to be there. He said she was pregnant. That part I did not expect. I drove home and sat in my car for an hour. Then I called my friend Desmond, who had been my actual best man before the wedding got canceled. Desmond listened, then said something that changed everything. Rhett, you never saw the videos from your bachelor party, did you? I had not. Desmond had been in charge of the group chat, and after Sabine left, I had asked him to delete everything because I could not stand to look at it. He said he had deleted his copies. He said he lied. There's something you need to see. I should have shown you a year ago. I was scared of what you'd do. He sent me a file that night. It was 47 seconds of phone video from the hallway of the cabin we had rented. Tobias walking out of a bedroom at 2 in the morning buttoning his shirt. Sabine stepping out behind him in one of his t-shirts. They kissed before she went back inside. The date stamp was 9 months before Sabine broke up with me. I watched it 4 times. Then I called Tobias back and said yes, I would be his best man. He sounded so relieved he almost cried. In the weeks that followed, I played the part. I went to the engagement dinner. I toasted them. I hugged Sabine and told her she looked radiant with the pregnancy. She was 7 months along by then. I asked Tobias casually one night if he had done a paternity test. He laughed and said of course not. Why would he? And I said no reason. Just that a guy at my office had gotten burned by not doing one. I planted the seed and watched him scratch at it for 3 weeks. I helped him plan the bachelor party. I booked the same cabin. I invited the same friends, including a guy named Pierce who had been at my bachelor party too. Pierce and I had not been close back then, just co-workers, but I had noticed things at the time I did not put together until Desmond sent me the video. Pierce had been very attentive to Sabine at every party she attended. Very attentive. I sent Pierce a long text 2 weeks before the bachelor weekend. I told him everything I knew. I told him I was not angry at him if something had happened, that I just needed to understand the full picture because my brother was about to marry her. Pierce called me within 10 minutes. He was sobbing. He said it had been him first, months before Tobias. He said Sabine had told him she was leaving me for him, then disappeared and resurfaced with Tobias. He said he had not spoken to her since, but she had texted him 6 months ago, drunk, asking if he remembered a weekend in March. March was when she got pregnant. The rehearsal dinner was at a vineyard. I stood up to give the best man toast. I had written 2 versions. I delivered the second one. I thanked Tobias for being my brother. I thanked Sabine for finding her true love. Then I said I had one last gift to give them before the wedding, and I wanted everyone to witness it because family should not have secrets. I played the 47 seconds of video on the projector the venue had set up for the slideshow. The room went silent except for one of our aunts saying, "Oh my God." Then I handed Tobias a sealed envelope from a lab in the next town over. I said inside was a hair sample I had collected from his coat last week, and a swab from Pierce that Pierce had mailed me himself, and a cheek swab the clinic had taken from Sabine at her last prenatal appointment because Pierce's cousin worked there and had ordered it on a fake referral. I said I did not know the results. I had not opened it. I thought Tobias should be the one to open it since he had chosen this family. Sabine was already crying. Tobias opened the envelope with shaking hands. His face went white. He read it twice. Then he looked at Pierce, who had driven 6 hours to be there. Pierce just nodded. The wedding did not happen. Tobias moved out of their apartment 3 days later. Sabine had the baby in October. Pierce is raising him. Tobias still calls me sometimes. I do not pick up. At our mother's birthday last month, he cornered me in the kitchen and asked why I did it the way I did it, in front of everyone. Why I could not have just told him privately. I looked at him for a long time. Then I said, "You asked me to be your best man."